So the Moto X has been kind of a polarizing phone since it was announced last week. We've got this guy all decked up in kind of boring black on black. A lot of you said in the comments, John, why would you order a straight black phone? The answer is, I didn't order this one. This is the unit that Motorola was kind enough to give us so we conduct our review. If I had ordered, probably would have blue on the back and maybe crazy gold accents on the side. I don't know, but that is one of the positive things about the phone. Let's start there with the customization. Over 2,000 options for your phone, which is pretty neat. Usually you're limited to a few colors, white, black. Sometimes blue and red might come out a few months down the road, but not that many options. The only way to customize your phone really was via cases. So I love what Motorola has done, be able to make your phone absolutely yours, and that's a really innovative thing that they've done. And I really enjoy it. I hope that people take advantage of it, they use it, and they get a phone that suits their personal needs. The next thing I like about this phone is the build quality. It is absolutely outstandingly built phone. It's got plenty of heft to feel significant, and it feels like you are using a premium device. I liken it to what the iPhone 5 feels like, what the Nexus 4 feels like. You know that you are using a premium device, and I really felt that here with the Moto X. A lot of people are making a big fuss about the specs, and in a lot of ways, I get that. It's not a quad-core phone. If you're signing a 2-year contract, you want a phone that's going to last you for, presumably the next 48 or so months. So I can understand those concerns. I will say, though, in my tests, this thing has performed as well as any quad-core device that I've used. I've thrown some really heavy gaming at it. I'm not going to reveal my benchmark score yet. I'm going to do a few more before I do the full review, but it's outperformed pretty much everything and performed on par with any other quad-core phone I've tested, and certainly outperforms any other dual-core phone that I've used out there. Now, if you can get past that spec war, there are also some other cool things that it does. So it looks on the surface like stock Android. It's got some really neat features. My favorite thus far is the Google Now feature, and I've always loved Google Now since it was first announced. I use it all the time. But this one, I don't have to talk to it. So check this out. Okay, Google Now. What's the weather in Irvine, California? Phone wakes itself up.
It's 24 degrees and partly cloudy in Irvine.
Pretty freaking neat without ever having to really touch the phone. I could call my wife, I could send a text message, I could do anything that I want, which is especially handy while driving because you should not be looking at the phone. So that's kind of a really cool feature that they've done here with it. Another cool feature is on the software side. It's something called Moto Connect. If you send or receive text messages from your computer. I love that I can do that with iChat when I used an iPhone, and now I like that I can do that again with another Android device. So one of the other big knocks on this thing is the price. It is $199, and that is expensive for what's essentially a mid-range device. But here's kind of the rub. People want phones that are made in America, and you have to pay more for devices that are made in America. There are union costs, labor's more expensive. So that's really the reason that this thing comes in at $199. The question, though, is going to be in the hands of the consumer. Do you want to pay that price for an American-made product? You have a choice. If you want to pay that price for an American-made product, you've got an option to customize it and get what appears to be a pretty sweet phone. If you don't want to pay that price, you could pay something lower depending where you go for an HTC One or Galaxy S4, and the option in the choice is totally yours. And that's one thing that I like. Consumer has a choice. No one's forcing you, handcuffing you and making you buy a Moto X for 2 years. You have the option. And I love that there is an opportunity now to buy American, at least American assembled device, which never existed really before. So, I give my hats off to Motorola for that. I think it's kind of a cool thing that they've done. So another issue is 720p screen. I'm a screen whore. I'm going to admit it. I'm more of a screen whore than I care about specs. 720p screen here actually does look pretty good. Now I can tell if I hold two side by side that it's not 1080p. But as soon as I take this home and I'm looking only at this screen, it looks really good. I liken it to when you're shopping to a TV. You go into your store and you see two TVs side by side, and one clearly looks better than the other. But if you buy that less expensive, maybe less quality one, you hang it up on your wall, it's going to look great because you got nothing to compare it to side by side. Same thing here with the 720p screen. It looks really good. Nothing was pixelated. Nothing looked washed out. The black levels are really dark. The white levels are really white. Everything just looked really good overall about the phone. So the screen, less of an issue for me than I thought it was going to be. But one thing that I really don't like, them on-screen buttons. I don't mind how they work. They perform well. But with a 4.7-inch screen, they are taking up so much precious space. I wish I could use all of that space on the phone to do whatever I want to do. I would have loved to have capacitive buttons here on the bottom. But that is not the case. On the design standpoint, really thin bezels. I really like that as well. And thin enough bezels when I want to hold it in portrait mode on top or bottom. My fingers aren't going to touch anything, but still really thin. I haven't done thorough tests yet of the camera. I haven't done full battery life tests yet, but I will say it's been pretty solid performer. Usually I have about 40% end of the day with most phones I've tested. And this has been right on par with that, at least thus far. I'll use it for a few more days, and I'll do a full review. Anything else you guys want to see about the phone, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, it's just sort of my first impressions and hands-on with the brand new Moto X. Please give the video a thumbs up. It was definitely appreciated. I am John Ranger from Techno Buffalo, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
What's up, everyone? It's Ashley. Thanks so much for watching that most recent video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the word subscribe right underneath me to get tons of more tech videos from us here at Techno Buffalo. We have got unboxings, comparisons, reviews, recaps, and everything else you can think of here on the channel. If you're in the mood for more technology, just click right over here to check out some of our most recent videos. See you next time, humans.